recently I went out to have dinner with a Christian friend who I haven't seen in a while. And we spent over an hour and 30 minutes together during this time. And but there was something I noticed uh, in doing the hour and over hour and 30 minutes that we were together. Most of her conversation when it dealt with talking about the church, it was negative. Whether she talked about what the pastors or some pastors were not doing right, or what some Christians who did wrong, or things they said, or things they came up, or she realized, or she heard, it was negative, negative, negative. And I'm thinking, I'm in the presence of my sister in Christ. I want to talk about good things, things of good report. And that's not to say that I can't deal with the reality of life and what's going on. And I do think and I do know that we as Christians, we still are a work in progress, and there's still some things we say and we do wrong. And I believe that it's important for us to pray for those people. Pray for that sister in Christ who did something wrong, or that brother in Christ, or that man of God, that pastor, or woman of God who said I did something wrong, or some problems that we see that going wrong in the church, whether our church as a church body, as a whole, as a Christian, to pray pray for people, pray about the situation, ask God for wisdom, what to do, and make sure you actually can hear God's voice so you can know what to do and obey what He's telling you to do about the situation. That's the proper way, I believe, to handle it. But to be involved in the conversation and where we are bashing each other as Christian, that's wrong. That's hurting the church. So some of the people are actually doing not Christ's work, but the devil's work, and bringing down the church and spreading disunity. If you see that majority of the conversation when you have with other people, that you constantly talking bad about the church, talking bad about your sisters and brothers in Christ, or even if you wonder if they're a sister and brother in Christ. And I'm not saying everybody that you wonder if they're actually sister and brother in Christ, if they are, because there may be some people that's not the case. But what I'm saying is that when you see shortcomings and whatever the other people have, don't forget you have them too. You have your own shortcomings. It may not be the same as theirs, but you have something. Pray for people. Pray about the situation. Pray about the people. Ask God to show them love. Ask God to bless them with wisdom from heaven. Ask God to give them insight. Ask God to help them, to surround around the people to help them. Ask God to help them grow. Ask God to help you grow. Ask God to help you forgive people who have done you wrong or is not doing the right thing. Pray for them. Pray for the church. Don't bash the church. Don't bash your sisters and brothers in Christ. Let's work together in unity to magnify God's goodness. Let's focus on His goodness. Let's focus on and talk about His wonderful deeds. Those are the things I want to do. Those type of conversations I want to have with my sister and brothers in Christ. Not spending over an hour and 30 minutes together. Majority of the whole time with Christians are being put down and talk about it. The church is being put down and talk about. You don't want to speak curses upon God's people and God's church. We want to help build up the church. We want to help build up each other. Pray for people that you believe they need praying for. Pray for the church, but don't bash the church. Don't do the devil's work. Be careful what you say and what you do and how you represent Christ. Represent Him well. God bless you.